Bakker the naturopath. Thanks for coming back. I can't follow a healthy diet. I just can't. I just like to eat crap. What do? I can't stick with any healthy eating plan, you know. I go out with friends and next thing I've got, you know, a glass of wine in one hand, a glass of beer in the other hand, and I've got a burger shoved in my mouth. What am I going to do? That's an interesting question. Many people, often men, I find, don't make change to their diet and lifestyle until they have to make the change. And generally then it's too late to make that kind of change. When people feel relatively okay, they don't want to make changes. Not until they develop symptoms that are so bad that they have to make the change or are forced to make it. And then they throw everything in reverse and it's too late. Let's define the word healthy diet, right? Because most people I know, even like the health gurus, don't eat as well as you think they eat. And I know a lot of health gurus out there, okay? I'm not mentioning names, but I know quite a few people that like to have a cigarette here or there or a beer or do naughty things, but they talk differently online, okay? To me, a healthy diet means you're eating plenty of fresh vegetables, fruits, lean meats, you know, things like this, things that we talk a lot on this channel. A healthy diet doesn't necessarily mean you've got a glass of kale juice in your hand at 6 a.m. on the yoga mat. That's not a healthy diet. I mean, that's just a freaking insanity diet, okay? I mean, I couldn't live like that. Have you got a glass of kale on a yoga mat at 6 a.m. every morning? Maybe you need to be in a new kind of a movie or something, a reality show or something where you're part robot, because nobody lives like that, okay? It's not a common sense way to live, is it? Getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning with a glass of kale juice. I mean, how romantic is that? It's disgusting. Getting up at 8 o'clock and make a nice cup of coffee for your partner and then have a nice breakfast. That's a little bit more sort of my way of thinking. So it depends what you define as a healthy diet, okay? Most people are going to eat something that's not so healthy from time to time. Even very healthy people will do that. Right? So you can't really live like a priest in terms of the diet without really annoying a lot of people around you, okay? And we've all heard of the term God botherers, but we've also have a term health botherers, where we bother people about health all the time. So you don't want to live like that, because you'll only end up getting chucked outside by people that don't want to live like that. So how do you stick to a healthy diet? Well, to begin with, you have to define for you what the term healthy diet means. All right? Even if you eat one good fresh meal per day and snack on something else that's fresh, if you are going to eat something that's not so great around that, it's still a healthy diet, okay? Some people even define deep fried potato chips as healthy because they're potato, okay? So a healthy diet for some people could mean eating takeaway once or twice a week but not drinking alcohol. A healthy diet for someone else could be eating very good food, much better than that, but drinking wine every day. Now remember, drinking alcohol is not, doesn't mean to say that it's an unhealthy diet, all right? If we look at the Mediterranean diet, red wine forms a part of that diet. So you can't tell me that a healthy diet has to be completely devoid of all alcohol. You can't tell me a healthy diet has to be completely devoid of all flour and gluten and grain products. I won't listen to you if you tell me that. So again, it depends on what your definition of a healthy diet is. Is it being vegan? Is it being a meat eater? I don't know. Healthy diet means that you're eating less processed food, okay, less food made by other humans and more food made by you. The choices are yours. And when you make those foods, you're going to use stuff that grows out of the ground. It's fresh stuff, okay? Minimal sauces, minimal condiments, minimal sugar, if any. That's a healthy diet. Whether alcohol plays a part in that diet, or some bread, or some dairy, I see that totally as being up to you, all right? Many people live ripe old ages smoking, drinking, eating meat, okay? Many people. Think also about the relationship that you're in, okay? Is it a healthy relationship? Or is it a junk food relationship? Is it a takeaway relationship? Okay, think carefully about those words. It's not just about what you eat, okay? So, sticking to a healthy diet's not hard. Having a crappy diet is not hard to stick with either, but the choice is totally yours, right? It's not up to somebody else to decide what's good for you to eat. It's up for you to decide that based on your knowledge. And that's part of the reason I created this channel, is to sort of empower you and to make you see that eating really healthy and amazing food doesn't mean to say you need that kale juice on that yoga mat at 6 a.m. But it also doesn't mean that you have that pizza and beer at 2 a.m. in front of Netflix either. That's not a healthy diet, okay, because the balance is not there. So you work out what your definition of healthy diet is, because I know what mine is. It's enjoying wine, it's enjoying all good foods, and it's enjoying life. That's a healthy diet. Take care, my friends.